Okay, so this video is going to be looking at equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions are when a fraction they look different, but they're worth the same value. So I'll try to explain, first of all, what that means, and also the process of working out how to simplify fractions using equivalent fractions. So to start off with, just a quick refresher, remember that the denominator, the number down the bottom, is how many equal parts the whole or the shape or the object that you're working with is divided into. The numerator and the number at the top is what actually tells you how many parts are being used, how many sections are being used in that problem. So to start off with, we'll actually simplify the fraction, and then I'll show you using the diagram how they are equivalent. So to start off with, what we need is a common divisor, so a number that can be divided both by the numerator and the denominator. So what my first thing is that I normally do is I see whether the numerator can be divided by itself, which it always can be. You can always divide a number by itself and you'll get the answer of 1. But then can it also does it also divide into the denominator? And that's where it can get a bit tricky when it doesn't do it that way. It takes a little bit more working out. So to start off with, 4 divided by 4, I can do that. I get 1. But can 4 divide into 8? Yes, it can. Because we need to remember, whatever we do to the top number, when we're simplifying fractions, we also need to do to the bottom number. So in this case, I've divided 4 by 4, so I need to divide the bottom number by 4. When I do that, I get an answer of 1/4. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in the diagram over here. So this is a diagram, of this fraction here. So using the denominator, which is the bottom number, I've cut the shape, I've broken the shape up into 8 different sections. Now the numerator is telling me how many sections I'm dealing with, and it is 4 sections. So I'm going to shade in the 4 sections here. So when we look at it that way, we can see that it's a half, and I can just see there that I've made a mistake, and because this is actually meant to be 2, because we're dividing it by 4. Then when we have a look here at the other one, this here, that shape needs to be divided into 2 because the denominator is 2. So how many sections are shaded? It is the 1 section there that is shaded. Do you see how these two fractions, although they look different, they're equivalent because they are equal? Remember that equivalent comes from the word equal, so they are equal fractions. Even though they look different, we've simplified this one to a more basic level. So we'll do it for the other two as well. So we look at the numerator is 3. Can we divide 9 by 3? Yes, we can. So we divide, first of all, we go 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So our answer there is 1/3. So 3/9 is equal to 1/3. They are equivalent. On to our last one. When we look at this one, 5 over 15. So 5, can 15 be divided by 5? Yes, it can. So we divide 5 by 5 and it gives us 1. And we go 15 divided by 5 and it gives us 3. And that answer is also 1/3. Now we'll get on, in our next video, we'll get on to some more complicated equivalent fractions, but for there I think that's just a good point to start with.